Alright, welcome back to the channel. It is time for another Tool Tuesday. In the last Tool Tuesday video, I showcased a tool called Greenet, which changed the seconds and intervals of your IP address through the Tor network. And on that video, someone had commented, why not use proxy chains? I think that's a great idea, so we're going to go ahead and showcase that in today's video. For those of you that are unaware of what proxy chains and what the Tor network is, Tor is a privacy network that helps you stay anonymous online. It works by bouncing your internet traffic through multiple encrypted relays. These relays are called nodes, and it hides your IP address and location. So imagine sending a letter through different types of post offices before it's reaching the final destination. At each stop, the message is rewrapped or basically encrypted each time. So that's how Tor protects your identity. Proxy chains, on the other hand, is a tool that forces other programs like Firefox, Nmap, or curl to send their internet traffic through the proxy like Tor. So it's kind of like a power cord splitter. So instead of plugging all of your apps into like essentially one outlet directly out to the internet, you're able to plug each application into, say, like a surge protector, which is basically acting as the proxy tunnel. But both working together and combining them, they make tools and applications use Tor without needing to configure each one individually. So it's pretty handy. I'll go ahead and show you basically the process. What we will be doing is we are going to install Tor. We'll start Tor, install proxy chains, configure proxy chains, go ahead and run something like Firefox. We'll check our external IP address, and then we will do something cool like running it through Nmap. All right, so before we waste any more time, let's go ahead and get started. So we will go ahead and install Tor first. You can do that by running sudo apt get install Tor. Now I already have it installed on my computer here, so mine's going to look a little different. But then we're going to want to start the Tor service. So to do that, we will do sudo service Tor start. And then if we want to check that the status is, or check that Tor is running, we can do sudo. Actually, here, we'll just change start to status. So it'll be sudo service Tor status. And we can see here that it is active. Oh, I may have just killed that. And then I always like to check that the tunnel is up as well. So we could do that by just grepping the Tor port. So we'll just check that netstat is listening for this. And we can see that it is listening. So we'll go ahead and install proxy chains. Sudo apt get install proxy chains. And again, I have it already installed, so mine will look fairly short. If you don't have this installed, you'll see the install process taking place. Now, the next thing we're going to want to do is we want to configure proxy chains. So in order to do that, we will run sudo nano. This will be in etc proxy chains conf. All right, so what we're going to want to change here. I like using dynamic. I think it's a little more reliable. There's three options here. You get dynamic, strict, and the other one being random. Strict uses all proxies in a certain order from a list. If one of the proxy fails, the whole connection is going to go down. Whereas if we're using dynamic, it's a little more reliable in the sense that it'll use all proxies, but it skips the unreachable ones. So essentially, you won't drop any connection. So what we want to do here is remove the hash. If you go in here for the first time, you're going to see that this configuration is turned off, and there's a hash before it. If you're familiar with Linux and Bash, anytime there's a hash in front of something, it means that you're commenting it out. To enable it, remove the comment. So we're going to run that. And then the next thing that we want to do is we want to add SOX 5. This just enables additional support and added features. SOX 5 offers more features than SOX 4. Things like authentication. I believe it supports UDP and TCP. So we'll just add this in. Save it. Yes. Write out. There we go. Let me go back to my notes here. All right, we got that enabled. We've added SOX 5. So now it's time to start proxy chains. Why don't we proxy change through Firefox first to make sure that this is all working accordingly, because this should essentially change our public IP address. So we'll do proxy chains, Firefox. This will launch it. And if we just try hitting Google first, it's going to be a little slow. Might be a lot of slow. There we go. Okay. Took a little bit there, but we were able to get online. So I like using ifconfig.io to check my public IP address. There's some other options out there like, IP chicken, things like that, or, what's myip.com. We can see here though that this is the public IP address that we're locked into at the moment. You can see that we're also using a Tor exit node, so this is working. I'm going to go ahead and open a new tab just so we don't kill that. If we want to do something like running Nmap through this, we can do proxy chains and then just follow it with the typical Nmap. This is the command that I'm going to use. You can see this. So we'll just do proxy chains Nmap. We're going to interrogate the services. This is just a timing. 1 being the slowest, 5 being the fastest. If you go too fast, you might lose stuff or miss stuff. So just for testing purposes, I like 4. And then scanme.org is actually Nmap. So they allow you to scan their own little website here for testing purposes. At a reasonable level. They obviously don't want you hitting it very aggressively or trying anything crazy, but they do say, hey, you're welcome to scan. As long as you're not trying to brute force it or doing anything nuts, you're more than welcome to use our tool to, you're more than welcome to use their domain to test their tool. So go ahead and do this. There we go. We'll see what pops up. I'm not really familiar with what will come back, but there we go. We just used Nmap through proxy chains. So there's a bunch of other cool stuff that you could do here. This was just a video to get you up and running. If you like this content, please like and subscribe and share, and I'll see you in the next Tool Tuesday. See you later.